The St. Joseph's men's and women's cross-country teams are headed to Pittsburgh for Saturday's Atlantic 10 Championships. The Hawks are ready to go and feel prepared for the race, which will be hosted by Duquesne University at Shenley Park.
I'll tell you, we have a weird mix, and that is we've got some guys who only seem to come on at the end of the season. Quinn Davis, Jimmy Daniels, they did it last year at the end of the season, and I'm at a loss to explain why that is, but I don't have to explain it because we're at the end of the season, so that's a good thing for us. Then you've got some staples like Rad Gunzenhauser, who's been pretty much top of the game the whole way through. Logan, who's had a really good Atlantic 10 competitive career, cross-country, indoor and outdoor. We've been depending on a freshman a lot, David Dorsey, but actually there's been no expectation of him. What he's produced is because he can, not because he had to. And John Mascioli, who right now fits in right around the 3 spot. He was, I guess, outstanding rookie last year, and he's actually considerably ahead, like substantially ahead of where he was last year. So we've got the pieces that are ready to go, yeah.
We came back from the summer and went to camp, and then the day we got back from camp, the following day actually we did some physiological testing, which is what we've been using and sort of planning our training. And so then we had time for sort of 2 major phases, and we're just finishing up that second one. It's just kind of one of those, the pieces start coming together things. So everybody has just finished. I mean, they've had 2 sort of different groups in terms of what they've been doing, but they're all in their comfort zone in terms of like their bread and butter kind of work. So people are feeling good. The last week and a half, really, people have started feeling things starting to click. Same workouts getting easier, and so between me seeing that they're physically ready and them feeling like they're mentally ready, is we're getting there.
In terms of preparation, our team's been doing really well daily. We've been doing long runs, moderate runs, and workouts, so I think our team's been working really hard. Our team has also been really positive day in and day out, which I think is going to lead to a really successful A10 meet. Each of our team members has been really positive, and I think that in terms of how we're prepared, we've been working really hard throughout the summer up until this point and coming up to this weekend. And each team member has had really specific goals coming into the season, and I think that their attitudes and their behavior definitely shapes that our team's really prepared for the A10 meet this weekend.
St. Joseph's has a pair of solid returning leaders in 2-time all-conference runner Logan Mohn and junior captain Lauren Hehir. In a strong field of Atlantic 10 competitors, the Hawks will rely on this veteran leadership in pursuit of a high finish at the conference level.
I would absolutely like to get that all-conference team. I see me and, I guess, Rad and myself as being 2 of the stronger runners in the conference. You know, I think if me and him push each other, it'll be a good showing.
Atlantic 10 sophomore year, 7th. Atlantic 10 junior year, 5th. Atlantic 10 indoors last year, anchoring a record-setting relay performance. Atlantic 10 his sophomore year, school record in the steeplechase. He's an Atlantic 10 pony. He's a championship runner. So it's not a pressure thing. It's that he knows it's needed at that time, and he steps up and does it. So I would be actually stunned, not win second, third. I'd be stunned if he didn't have a really good positive performance for the team. He's that kind of a competitor at the Atlantic 10 level.
Individually, so far, I haven't been completely satisfied with how I've been racing. I've been using that as motivation in training. That's why I'm so excited for A10s, to go in there and just like run for my team and run confidently and see what happens.
Our spread's going to be tight. And it's going to mean, you know, Lauren running steady the way she's been running. It'd be nice to see her press up a little bit. I think she has a lot of confidence going into this weekend. She finished real well last year at A10s. It's a place where there's no more anonymity. In a lot of the big meets, you can sort of say to yourself, I'm not sure exactly who that is, but maybe they don't matter. You know, in a person ahead of you, a person you're racing, and when you're at your conference meet, clearly everyone matters, right? There's no question about who it is that's in front of you, who it is that you're racing. And that usually pulls out the best in her.
On the men's side, SJU seniors understand that it's their last go-around, and they're ready to leave a lasting impression on the conference scene.
Pressure-wise, I guess just a little bit more, because now you're looked at as more of a leader on the team, and you know everyone's going to be following your lead. So in terms of that, yeah, there's a little bit more pressure, but you know it's exciting. It's the last conference cross-country race, so you just want to leave it all out there.
Junior captains Lauren Hehir and Sara Radzwilka have led the women all season and will continue to do so into the weekend.
Well, it's definitely been interesting because usually we do have seniors, so we have a very young team this year, and Sarah and I, along with the team, have just been figuring everything out and working together to make the team strong. And we're just going to focus on making sure the team knows that we're ready for this. We've been training since the beginning of the summertime. We've put in the miles, and we're ready to go and just race hard and run fast.
Being a co-captain is very important, especially not just in general each week and each day, but it's very important this week that we listen to our teammates and we're aware of the specific goals that they made in the summer, and we help them reach those goals and make sure that we're there for them and that we support all their individual goals. And I think that all the individual goals, when they come together before the A10 meet, that's going to make a really big team goal, and it's going to make the weekend and the team be driven, competitive, and a team to look out for.
The Hawks will also look to some younger runners to continue their momentum into this Saturday's championship race. Sophomore John Mascioli was last year's Atlantic 10 Most Outstanding Rookie Performer, while freshman Cassidy Weimer has been SJU's top freshman runner for the women this season.
Being a freshman and with all the guys I look up to, it was really exciting to actually be up there with the top guys like I was last year. It was also just like, it's cliche, but I could say it's an honor because Paul got Rookie of the Year 2 years ago, and it's just exciting to be walking in his footsteps. So it is a great year overall. Being a sophomore now, having a year behind me, I think I'm a lot more confident, and I don't want to let that hinder how I'm going to do in the race. So just confidence, because I got a great team that I'm racing for, and I want to do my best. So I think that I can have a great race for them, and hopefully that will bring home the championship this year.
The adjustment's been really well just because of the whole team dynamic and the positive energy that they have. Even though the training's harder, it's been going really well just because you never really think about how much harder it is when the team's there for you throughout the whole way. I'm really excited for First A10s. Every workout that we've done so far this year has kind of been geared towards that, and just everything that we've done, when it gets hard, all we've thought about is our goal for A10s. So for it to finally be here and to see what we can do, I'm really excited.
Another new face that is expected to make an immediate impact at A10s is graduate student Rad Gunzenhauser, who arrives on Hawk Hill after 4 years at William & Mary.
I love this school so far. The guys have been totally welcoming, and Glavin's treated me really well, and I really like the training so far, and I really believed in what we've been doing, and I just love the atmosphere. Everyone's really excited, and it's a great place to be. It's a great place to run. It's a great place to thrive.
Rad looked at St. Joe's before he went to William & Mary, and then when we have this fantastic MBA program, so when he had a year of eligibility and wanted to do his MBA here, it just made sense to him to give a try. He gets to taste both sides of his final two choices. He's been remarkable, not in his races, they've been very good. He's been remarkable in how much, when he has to adjust from one collegiate coach to another, how much he's willing to listen to differences and similarities, talk to you about them, and give things a try to see where they take him. So that kind of puts him in a very strange situation of, I don't know it all, I know enough to ask you the right questions, and he's really reaping benefits from 4 years at William & Mary, and then a few changes that are just helping him tweak things right now. So I know he expects big things out of the Atlantic 10 meet, and I don't think he's going to be disappointed at all.
Already a two-time Atlantic 10 Performer of the Week this season, the championships will serve as a homecoming of sorts for the Pittsburgh native.
It's awesome because I've actually had some big breakout races in high school at this course, and it was tough to hear that they actually changed the course last minute, so we're not finishing on the oval like we used to. We used to finish 1,000 meters on the oval, and that's how we ran it on our first meet at Duquesne Duels, but they actually changed it, and it's a little different this year, so I was a little disappointed that we weren't going to get the end on the oval, but it's still awesome to go back and run the same course, so I'm very excited to run at home.
All in all, St. Joseph's coaches Mike Glavin and Claire Hewitt feel that their Hawks are ready for the 2014 Atlantic 10 Championships, and their teams will strive to be the best that they can be.
The girls came back from the summer with some pretty lofty goals for themselves, and we've had to sort of reassess and refocus a couple times through the season. the group comes back next year, all of them. And so I think some of the things that they were hoping for and thinking about really spanned over 2 years. It's a group that no one expected off the bat to be a podium team. You know, if you look at them on paper, coming out of high school, even coming out of last year. And so they've made huge strides. Even the races that have been frustrating, where we haven't been finishing quite where we wanted to, it's impossible to look back and compare to last year and not say, oh, like, okay, well, we have made huge strides, and there's just still some distance to cover. So my goal for them is to have this be a positive race, for them to figure out the next piece in terms of racing and competing, and then let that catapult them forward. I think it'll be a mix of some good things coming out of the weekend and some motivating things in terms of how they focus through the rest of the year and coming into next year. And I think that, you know, realistically, that's where we are this year, and it'll be good for them. They really have come together as a group, and so I think that, you know, whatever comes from the weekend, however they finish, they're going to figure out a way to use it in moving forward and in next year.
The Atlantic 10 meet is really interesting because our conference is not that everybody's nationally ranked conference, but it's a conference that has gotten just deeper and deeper and deeper. So you've got LaSalle coming in, who's kind of ever present in the Atlantic 10 as far as cross country is concerned and distance. Duquesne is at home, and they're always a factor near or at the top, so that makes them a player. We've got enough of the people and the tools to be a factor in this thing. St. Louis has 2 really big guns and a very good freshman, so they're going to be a player in this. George Mason was a huge addition. The coach down there knows what he's doing from all of his background, and so that's going to be I never put them out of the picture. And this year, both UMass, who was 4th last year, and Fordham, who was a little off of that, maybe 6th or 7th, they're both having really good seasons. Fordham's young, but young and good. UMass is a little bit older than them and also good. So, I mean, you're going 5 or 6 teams deep. And what are our chances? We'll factor into this. You know, it'll be a bad day if we don't factor into the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd place. We should be a player in the whole thing as it goes on. And other than that, my stock answer is, ask me in 3 days.
The team's overall goal is just to start running confidently and be confident in what we know we're capable of doing. So we're excited to go out there, run for each other, and I think with those in mind, it'll just be successful no matter what. So we're very excited.
Definitely, we want to win this year. Been here for 4 years, and we've had 3rd in a few seconds, so it would be nice to come away with a win senior year.
The 2014 Atlantic 10 Cross Country Championships will kick off at 10 a.m. with the women's race, while the men's race starts at 10:45 a.m. For Hawks All Access, I'm Sarah LaMacha.